Okay, now, everybody's kind of looks like mine, so your block must have been set on convert to block. But let's just go ahead, before we get rid of them, there's a couple things you can do with these, and I'm not going to go into all of them, and I don't really want you to follow me, but the text handles all of this. If I need to edit one of these, all I do is double click it, and it's going to open up my attribute editor. Now, double click on the attributes, and then it just comes in and it walks me through the different ones, and I can go ahead and edit them. I can do whatever I need to them. Okay? So you can do all of that to them. If you want to turn them off, and most times this is one command you probably want to remember if you got attributes. It's attribute display, D-I-S-P. So ATT display, D-I-S-P. And that one I'm going to turn on. So I'm just going to type in attribute display. And actually, everybody do this one with me if you would. Type in ATT-DISP for attribute display. Down on the bottom, on the status bar, it's got normal, which is how it was created, and you got on and off. Okay. Now, if you turn it off, you're going to lose the sight of it. It's still there. Okay. It's kind of like turning off a layer. Okay. So most times when you do these, you have this value set to off. So I turn it to off. All my attributes are gone. I'm left with the geometry. Now the attributes are still there.
It's the same as putting invisible or whatever on it when you're doing the app,
Yep.
when you're making it.
Yep, you could have clicked invisible when you made it, and you never would have seen it.
Well, what's the difference between normal and on?
Normal is how it was created. You might have created it as invisible. Okay. All right, so that's just a couple displaying options. I'm going to go ahead and delete these blocks off the screen.
Well, if you had built
Once
it
deleted.
invisible and then you put it on, it overrides the invisible.
That's correct.
Okay.
You want us to delete ours too?
Yeah, go ahead and delete it.
And we're turning the display off.
You can, doesn't matter to me.
You wanted them all?
Okay, question.
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
Just
So
delete it.
if you do it this way, it's every block you've made, any attribute you've made, it turns it off.
Yeah, throughout the drawing. It's a global setting.
So, okay, so if you want some on, you better do it on the screen then.
That's right. Then you would use the normal, and you would create them as invisible or not. There's a lot of little options there on how you want it to work. Okay. I'll leave that for the workplace and your specific situation, right? They give you lots of options. All right, now let's do insert block. And if you would, just take your door and just go ahead and throw one out there. And it's going to immediately come into your attributes as soon as you click place insert block. So I enter if you don't remember where that's at.
Okay.
That's that command line thing. If you're not using that, you need to kind of start.
I know you're talking
Yeah, 2020's got a new block insert. When you do I enter, you get a little window over on the bottom right, right? And it's a drag and drop thing.
Actually, with my eye cool.
Yeah, it's great. I love it.
But all the ones we did some of the welding drawing in mind. They never used it.
Okay.
You just want to.
about. Just insert.
Yeah, just click a block in, you should get this dialog box. Left click on it, drag it into the drawing, lit up.
We'll go for insert up here. And we'll go insert. Hit your door.
Then just use the one you got. We're not gonna, you're okay.
And now we're-
Okay, we good? Everybody there? Now, you have the opportunity to change something here if you want. I'm just gonna just say okay to this. Okay. Now, I'm gonna then copy, and I want you to do the same, just copy a few of these. Okay, so I'm gonna put a bunch of them out there. You just copy them.
Okay.
So you can reinsert them or you can copy, doesn't matter. Just throw them out there. if you have your window block. And I say if you have it, because evidently Cheryl, you don't have it.
Oh, I found it over on current drawing. I was on,
Okay, go ahead and throw some windows out there. And again, I'm just gonna throw a few of these. Like such.
how are you getting it to place without that edit attributes popping up?
Okay,
You copy instead of insert. You're inserting. Insert, you're gonna get it every single time.
So there's not any difference as far as attributes go?
Nope,
You don't lose anything with the copy?
they're all the same. You got a few out there now? Okay, now what we're gonna do, just so we kind of screw up some of this stuff and you can see the back end, we're gonna change a couple of these. Because sometimes when we insert these in, I might have one, like if I'm doing windows, maybe one's a horizontal slider, one's a vertical slider. They're the same size. Maybe one's a little bit higher. Okay. If you got a decision to make, do I leave it a symbol if my width changes and every window on here is drawn at 3 foot and then I just wait for the window schedule that's going to be generated off my attributes, or what's the case going to be? Okay, but there's all those decisions to be made. We're not going to deal with them today. But what I want you to do is we're going to come in and edit one of these. So let's just kind of zoom into a block. Does anybody remember how to edit an attribute of a block?
Don't click it.
Okay. You can double click it. Okay. And let's just change the cost of a couple windows. Okay. Now you can change any one of those by clicking on them, but just so we're kind of consistent as we go through this, I'm just going to take the window, 2 windows, and I'm going to bump them up to $250. Okay. I'm going to put a gold frame on it. So I just enter that value. Then I'll click a different one, and I'm going to change that cost also.
especially UV. You have to say apply first,
Just okay.
or just okay,
Okay, you got those changed? Then I'm going to do a door. Okay, so I'll just write this down. You're going to change a couple of windows cost to $250. Wow, that was a 5 for you. Okay. On doors, what do we want to change? Gabe, what are we going to change on a door?
Sweet.
okay.
Okay, let's change a couple doors to LH swing. Okay.
And you don't have to push apply?
I don't think so. Just say okay.
And if you want, I guess.
Yeah. The apply works without closing the dialog box. Okay doesn't apply for you. Okay. All right, so we got a couple of them changed.
So if you're gonna change more than one thing, that you say apply and keep going down, picking them, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, gotcha.
Okay, has everybody got those changed? One? All right, now, we've got it now. How are we going to get this information out? There's 2 ways to do it. The old way, and it's not in your text, is called data extraction. I still think that's kind of the best way to go, but it's pretty complicated. You got to build a little template that tells it how to go. They've given us a new wizard on this that's much easier, and it kind of gives us the same result. Okay. So the command here, and it's not in your chapter, is data extraction. All one word, and it's no acronym. So data extraction. So if you would type in data extraction. Mine says you got to save the drawing before you do, so you might have to do a save as.
Are they scared they're gonna break your joint or something?
What's that?
Or they just worried they're gonna move your joint?
Well, it kind of uses it for a directory, you're gonna see that.
Mine didn't tell us to save it.
What's that?
Mine didn't tell me to save it.
Okay, might already be saved. What am I gonna call this?
Template, oh.
Attributes. Okay. Okay, so you should get this wizard.
Your template, oh, that's what it's telling me to save.
Missy, you look like you're still working there, yeah? Ready?
Let's see.
I'm gonna type this in again just a second. Okay.
So we got the data extraction wizard open.
It is.
So this program automatically creates your room number schedule. Great, now it's
You're like, after all.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
It's kind of like the thing we found yesterday,
Yeah.
where it does all the area for you, just
Yeah.
I'm
You
like,
shouldn't have to be what they're doing.
Are we ready?
Yes,
You got the wizard up?
yes.
Okay, so we're gonna take the top option, we're gonna create a new data extraction. Go ahead and hit the next button and then bottom right. Okay, it's gonna ask us to save it. And it's got a DXE extension for data extraction. I don't care where you save it, I'm just gonna click on desktop and give it a name. We're not gonna use the data extraction anyway, so. But you gotta go through this so it can build the file, okay? Okay, everybody got it saved, and you're on this sheet, which is page 2 of 8 up in the header for the wizard. Now we're gonna run through a couple filters here, because we could have very, very large drawings, right? And we don't want everything. So in essence, it's gonna come through and allow us to kind of narrow down our shot, or what we're selecting. Just leave it on drawing sheet set on this page, and we're going to hit next. Okay, so on page 3 of 8, now it's displaying everything it's got in the whole drawing. It basically did a select all. So I want you to take off the check marks on the bottom, except for the one that says display blocks with attributes only. And you should see your 2 blocks, and that's all you see. Is everybody good on this page? Okay, we're going to hit next. We got another filter page. Okay, on this one, over on the right, for your filters, take off everything except for your attributes. So now I should see all the attributes from both blocks. Okay? All the attributes from both blocks. If I wanted to turn one off and not extract that information, I'd turn it off here. But right now I'm selecting them all. Are we good? Okay, go ahead and click next. Okay, now here's something that you can do here on this page. I'm on page 5 of 8 actually. Is you can link this to like an Excel spreadsheet. And that if you change your drawing, it's going to automatically update the spreadsheet. Okay, if this is a one-time extraction, you wouldn't link it. But if the drawing's under revision, then you would probably link it. Other than that, this is just a preview of what you're going to get for your information. Okay? So we're going to just hit next.
So we didn't change anything on page 8?
No. There is one thing, let's see. I do like on the left, this wizard over the old template way, is that it will come through and give you a quantity deal on this, where it takes ones that are identical, puts them in the same line, and counts them all up for you. That's why down here on 3-foot window, I've got 7. Okay. Notice I've got 2 windows that are by themselves, because those are the 2 I changed. Okay. So it went through and found all that. I'll let you look through it on your own time. Let's hit next. Now this is the important page, page 6 of 8. If you have an AutoCAD table set up, then you can extract right into that. I almost always use the output data to external file, because I like Excel. So I go to an Excel spreadsheet and then attach that back to the drawing. So let's just do that. Let's click on Output Data to External File. Now, as soon as you click on that, you got a little directory that comes up. Make sure you assign that file to get saved somewhere where you can find it. I'm just going to throw mine on my desktop. And I'll give it the same name as the drawing. Okay, so click on Output Data to External File.
Okay.
Notice it gives it by default an XLS extension. What's that?
Excel.
That's Excel, right? But you can go to Word, you can go to whatever you want. Okay, I'm going to hit next. Nothing to do here, just click finish. Okay, they should have created that file. Now I've got it up, sitting over on my desktop, because that's where I saved it. I'm going to double click that file. Okay. And here's what pops up.
How did you get that? You just clicked on it?
I went to the file. I don't know where you saved your extraction
Oh,
file.
okay.
This is my extraction file.xls.
So will this thing, is this thing you're saying will automatically update?
Only if you linked them.
Can mine won't open.
Is there a way to go back and link?
Yes, in the process, remember OLE, outside linking and embedding? I don't know if you remember, we did it right at the end of fall semester.
So mine's
That's how you do it.
Mine's a DXE.
Because you're not looking at the Excel file, you're looking at the extraction file. You don't want that. Just close that. You should have an XLS file. Where'd you save it? I bet you're in, go to document right there. I bet you this is where you save it. Now find your XLS. There you go. There it is right there. Attributes of XLS.
It's really cool.
Okay, so I kind of sweet now. I'm gonna make this a little bigger. So now in Excel, the reason I like going to Excel is I can edit this thing and put borders on it and all that in just seconds. I can do math in here. I can total up what my cost is for all my windows and doors. Okay, I can do all of that here and then link it right back to my layout and print it. on a drawing if I want to. That's kind of why I like going to here. Now, it went down and found, hey, you've got 2 3-foot doors that have a left-hand swing. You're gonna buy them from Pella, they're gonna cost you $200. You've got 7 of these. I didn't have to go through the drawing and count all my floors and everything, because all they do is extract them. Now, it always comes up, is it worth this effort to do data extraction and make the attributes? Many times it is, yes. As a single residential structure, or I do this all the time, no, I don't do any attributes. Okay?
So,
I just do a hand window door schedule thing like that, and I count them up. But if I'm dealing with a 20-story building, hey, you bet, this is a cat's meow.
but if you pulled, if you had a big complicated one, and then you reused some of those blocks, do you have to go through this process again?
No. I could W block those blocks from the drawing I'm in. You can use W block, throw them in your library, and then just insert them in anytime you want. They're already done. Remember W block? Maybe you might want to review chapter 24 on blocks. All right, that's what I wanted to cover today. Now I do have an assignment for you. I would like you to go into your architectural project. I would like you to recreate your window blocks. Okay? And I want you to extract a window schedule. Just your windows. You can use one block for all windows, but I want you to edit the sizes so that they match up with your window schedule. So what I say is, you've got maybe in a bedroom, you've got a 4-foot wide window, but if you've got a 3-foot block, just put the 3-foot block in there for it, but in the attributes, change it to 4-foot wide. That make sense? So your symbol is going to be the wrong size, but the information attached to the symbol will be correct. Just do the windows. You might have to change some from a casement to a horizontal slider, or whatever the case might be. Use the same fields that we use today for windows. So you got manufacturer, width, height, frame, glass, cost. When you've got that, print out an Excel file of it, turn it into the deal, you've got that assignment done.
Can we make up the cost, or do we have to go look them all up?
Make up cost.
So,
I was like,
Thank goodness.
that's gonna take longer than this today.
Make up a cost.
so all we're turning in is the Excel sheet.
Yep, you're turning in your Excel window schedule.
Why would we change some from casement to sliding?
If you got a casement window, that's your frame, right? What type of window?
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Depending on what type of window you have in
Right.
there. I can't remember everything you had, whether it was vertical slider, single hung,
Right.
horizontal slider, casement which opens, right?
Mhm.
Maybe your glass was tempered and UV for a bathroom window, next to a door or something, right? Okay, that's it. 11 o'clock, I'll do a test review. Okay. Thank you for your time. Hope this gives you kind of at least a